Hi, Gemini. This is your message for me. I hope that you're doing well. Today, we're going to have a look at your love situation. We're going to see the general portion, see what comes out, and then we're going to have a look at your career and finances for the rest of the month of May. So let's get started. We're going to have a look at the love portion first. So let's see, what is Gemini's current love situation? Spirit for the rest of the month of May, please. What is Gemini's current love situation for the rest of the month of May? So let's see, there's still a week left for May, so this is not forever, but it will give us an idea of what to expect for the rest of this month. So we've got illuminate, so something might be coming to light, something might be revealed, some kind of truth might be coming out, someone might be confessing something to you. The next card is observing. So someone might be stalking your social media, keeping an eye on you. Someone is clearly obsessed as they want to know what you've been up to, what you look like these days, maybe if you're seeing someone. So let's get one more message. Okay, and we have tether. So now with the observing, right, someone apply it as it fits, whether it's you or someone else, but someone is stalking someone is watching their stories, maybe looking at their pictures, and what I'm getting is the person that's being watched might find out. It could be because this person looking at your pictures might accidentally hit the like and you get the notification and that's how you find out. Or this person might contact you and confess their feelings or confess, that they are interested in you. Either way, there will be some kind of truth that will be revealed about this person or about this situation, that someone is a bit obsessed with you, that someone's into you. You might not be that surprised. What I get is with the tether is you already had either the intuitive feeling that that person is, that they have some kind of feelings for you, or that they've been watching you. I also get that this person might be dreaming about you. Maybe they showed up in your dream as well. And they could be hearing songs that make them think of you. So maybe this person decides to share a song with you. If that's the case, pay attention to the lyrics, because that will probably be sending you some kind of message there. Read between the lines. But yeah, so let's see what the tarot says. So Spirit, what is the current love situation for Geminis for the rest of the month of May, please? What is the current situation in love for my Geminis? Let's see. What is the current love situation for Gemini, Spirit? So we've got the Lovers, so that's your card. And then we have the Queen of Swords reversed and the Judgment reversed. So there is some kind of strong connection between the two of you. If this is someone that you've dealt with in the past, because what I'm getting with the Queen of Swords reversed is it could be someone that is a bit bitter. They might have been hurt in the past, so they're not very, not the warmest, especially if it is, to the person that hurt you. So maybe if this is you, maybe this person has done something in the past, and maybe you still have that feeling, of that connection, but you're just not really ready to be cordial even or friendly with them. Judgment is it's a major arcana, right? It's a kind of a call to action. It's the need to to reflect on things, to need to reevaluate. But what I'm getting is that, again, whether this is you or that person, someone's not really looking at things from that point of view. Maybe if this person that's observing you and watching you will come and confess about something, maybe they're confessing about something that's happened in the past between you two. Maybe you're just not really open to it because you're still stuck on what's happened in the past and you're not really ready to let it go and move on and reunite. But this person really wants reconciliation. Again, if this is someone from the past. If this is someone new, then I'm getting that you're just generally not very open. You're just not ready for anything like that. Maybe you just don't see that person in that way, or you're being a bit cold. So what I'm getting is that you might come across as a bit aloof. Maybe you're not wanting to, so be careful of that if that's not your intention. But I get that you're just not really interested, if this is you, to entertain it, really. You're kind of, as the Empress is, you're kind of, sat on the throne. You're beautiful. You know that you have everything that you need, and maybe this person just is lacking something that you want. What I get is, this is also like a Libra Gemini card. So maybe you're judging this person as, maybe they're not the right person for you. But with the Judgment in reverse is maybe you might be judging them wrong. So whatever it is that you're looking at, maybe you're making some assumptions about this person. So if that's the case, remember, making assumptions isn't always right because you might not have all the facts, and ultimately it's a lot easier to ask. And then you might find out, some things that maybe you didn't know. So again, it's your free will, but if you think, if you're basing your decision based on whatever it is that you think, sometimes it's good to be open to find out, to learn a bit more, because you might be surprised. But I want to see, so this person that is observing, let's see, what are their next actions? What actions are they going to take towards my Gemini? So this person that is observing you, what are their next actions towards my Gemini? So we've got the Magician reversed. Now we've got Three of Wands reversed. And then we have Five of Pentacles reversed. So maybe this person was a bit manipulative, or maybe they just come across in a way that, as much as they wanted something, they wanted this, maybe they just didn't go about it the best way. And that's maybe why you're sitting in that kind of cold ice queen type of energy, just not really willing to entertain it. And now that's caused a bit of it's taking that wind out of their sails in terms of, before they saw like there could be something, and now they don't really think that way. Or it's you who doesn't see any future or any kind of, how to say it? You're just not seeing the potential with this person. There could be, maybe it's a long distance type of situation, but I'm getting that this person is going to come back. So if they maybe haven't spoken to you in a while, there might have been some pause, no contact potentially, then they will come back. There might have been some confusion in the past as well. Maybe the way you come across to them is confusing to them. So, it's kind of making them doubt themselves a bit. But I see that this person will try and come back and try again if they have tried already. Or, come out from that kind of dark shadow of the stalking period, and they will actually come and speak to you. What is the outcome? So we've got the High Priestess in reverse. So that goes with the illumination. Someone might be revealing something. I get if someone's not listening to their intuition. So again, if you're the Ice Queen, maybe there's something that you're not listening to that's telling you, give this person a chance, could be. But with the Six of Wands reversed, I'm getting it's not being recognized as in something, in some way. And it's all in the same position of the Queen of Swords reversed. So let's see, can you give me one more card? We've got Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so what I get is that there is some kind of misunderstanding, some kind of maybe way that somebody hasn't come across in the way as they are, and maybe gave the wrong impression, especially if it was the first impression. You want to look at things differently. Maybe there's a need to start over so that you can kind of, you know, start again from scratch to show, or for this person to show who they really are. I think they just gave you the wrong impression of potentially being like a player or just a bit manipulative person, and it could have just come from a bit of insecurity or confusion because someone else came across a bit too cold, or you know, it could just be them being shy and just not feeling really up to it, maybe worried about getting rejected, so they were observing you first because they wanted to learn about you a bit more before they come forward. But they do want to work on this. So if you're open to giving them a chance, or another chance, if you will, to see, you know, again, if this is someone from the past, if they've changed, if this is a new person, to then, you know, giving them a chance to show you who they really are, just to see whether you've guessed them right, or if it was really the wrong impression, then there could be something. Then that could be something. But you might ultimately just tell them, you know, I appreciate it. You know, it's lovely to know, I'm flattered, but I just want to be single, or you're not my type, or whatever it is. Honesty is definitely needed in this. And I feel like with the Queen of Swords reversed, you might be honest anyways, or maybe you were playing a bit, you know, the field, so, or not the field, maybe you were trying to kind of put on a persona of, you know, being more cool with things, or not really caring, you know. So this is where you want to, there's more honesty needed, really. Just be kind of realistic rather than trying to hide emotions or being too cold. Be fair, you know, because the Queen of Swords is a bit, can be moody, but just a bit, you know, there's something that could have hurt her some kind of way where she doesn't, or I say she as the queen, but obviously whether you're a man or woman, someone that's putting on a bit of a mask to protect themselves because of some kind of past hurt or past experiences, but being honest and being fair and not putting, you know, don't bleed on someone who hasn't cut you. If this person comes right and they're being open with you as well, and they're being honest, then, you know, even vulnerable, then give them the benefit of doubt and let them show a bit of you. You don't have to wear your heart on your sleeve, but at least show them that, you know, show them the real you in a way, rather than wearing a mask, if that makes sense. And see where this goes. Okay, so that's your love message. And now let's have a look at your general messages. So what are my Gemini's general messages for the rest of the month of May, please? Spirit, what are the general messages for my Gemini for the rest of the month of May? Let's see. What are the general messages for my Geminis for the rest of the month of May? And if any of these messages resonate with you, then I would really appreciate it if you like this video, if you subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and if you'd like to share how these messages resonate with you in the comments, I would love to read about it. So we've got Anam Cara, which is this symbol is like an unconditional love symbol. Romance, soulmates, so that's a love. It's a number 6, which is also the number for Gemini for lovers. Although here we have the Taurus. It is kind of like a stability. So with the Taurus, because they are earth signs, which are very much stable. So what this makes me think of is there is some kind of long-term stability with someone, a strong connection. It might not be necessarily a love from like a romantic relationship. It could be friends that are for life, you're kind of ride or die, or something that's constant, something that is, that doesn't disappear, something that doesn't leave your life, but that's always there. With the inventor, which makes me think of some kind of creativity, maybe diving into technology. If you're maybe working on something and maybe things are not really getting off the ground, there's a need to not give up. It's okay to fail. Just try again, because ultimately it's not failure. If you keep trying, it's only a learning curve. That's how I would look at it. What I'm getting is you might be partnering up with someone for something new, something creative. So again, this could be either a friend that you're maybe putting like a business idea together with, or someone that you're working on really well with, that you have some kind of idea that you want to put together. So the next card I have is Black Widow, which is a warning, could be betrayal, someone cunning, some danger, toxic kind of situation. So what I get from this is if you're thinking about partnering up with someone, especially if it is for work and it is your friend or someone that you already know, it might not be the best idea to work with them, because it could ultimately destroy the relationship as well. If there's any, differences of opinion. So this could be a warning, but this could also be you worrying about, being betrayed by this person. Another message that I get is there is someone, so this would be a romantic relationship or even like a friend business relationship. With the inventor, my eyes fall on the imagination. There is just someone that you work with really well, and for some reason you're worried that they're gonna betray you, that they will hurt you, or things will not work out, or something will happen that will just that will make things turn sour. You don't have to be worried. It's all in your head. You're being paranoid. So if you have these thoughts already and there's no reason for it, it's just you kind of overthinking or jumping to the worst case scenario, then don't act on things that you have no basis for. You want to know the truth, and unless this person has showed you in some way or another that they are capable of that they would do something like that, then don't overthink things. Don't focus on things like that. First of all, you don't want to manifest something like that in your life, but also you might be a bit unfair or in something just because you're being paranoid. But let's see what the tarot says. Let's see. Spirit, what are the general messages for my Geminis for the rest of the month of May, please? It's kind of hard sometimes to differentiate between your intuition and between, kind of trust issues, especially if you have some kind of previous past experiences that give, you have like trust issues, things that just make you jump to the worst case scenarios often. Then make sure you stay grounded and you think clearly as to, do I have any basis to think this? Have they showed me anything before? Obviously, don't ignore any red flags. But if there's no reason for you to think that this person would do something like that, then don't think about stuff like that. Don't put these things in your mind if there's, no reason to think that. You don't want to again, you don't want to bring it into your life, but it's also then sometimes when we're thinking the worst, you might act from that place, and ultimately we can self-sabotage, and you don't want to do that. Okay, so we've got Six of Swords reversed, and then we have Four of Cups. What general messages we have, and then we've got Three of Pentacles, and on the bottom of the deck is Temperance. So Six of Swords reversed means basically that there might be maybe some kind of conflict or something that's not really working, and instead of getting to a better place, things are either the same or they're just getting worse even. There's not really much progress happening. You might be wanting to move on from something, but you're just unable to move on from things. Maybe you wanted to travel and something's limiting you in that way, that, you know, maybe you wanted to go abroad and for some reason you can't. With the Four of Cups, because there might be some kind of regret. It could be missed opportunities. Maybe you had a chance to travel somewhere and you didn't take it for whatever reason. So what I get is if it's a love situation, then you're staying stuck in something that you are not really happy with. You're not really happy in the situation. This doesn't really, it's not really going anywhere further. There's no progress in there. But instead of moving on from that, you're staying stuck in there. You're choosing to stay there for some reason. You're getting to the point where you're not very content, but you're not really doing anything to change your situation for some reason. You might be focused a lot on the negatives. You might be bored or even depressed, but again, there might be other opportunities that are being presented to you that you're just not seeing, but for some reason you're, even though this partnership isn't working, that you're not really getting on well at this point. Like I said, there might be a lot of arguments, a lot of conflict, but instead of seeing that, you know, once if it's done and there's no way forward in this, then why stay in it and just, you know, why not just move on? You're choosing to keep yourself stuck in there. Whether this is, you know, something financial or something else, but maybe you're just afraid to leave the comfort zone. Maybe you're just, you know, afraid to step out into the unknown. It could be that you've been together for so long that it's just your kind of comfort in a way. You know, it's what you're used to, but things are just not really working. Now, if this is not about love and it could be some kind of work situation, then again, you're in a place that you're not really happy in, and there are other opportunities, but you're really kind of ignoring them, you're rejecting them. There's opportunities that you're missing for something better, something that could lead to growth for you as well. Something that could bring you more kind of long-term stability, but you're choosing to stay in the situation that you're not happy with. You're kind of getting to the point where you're not committed to the work as much anymore. You're maybe you used to work really hard, and now you're thinking, what's the point? I'm not appreciated. I don't get the recognition for all the work I do. But instead of leaving to go somewhere where you do get recognized, where you do feel appreciated, you're just staying right where you are, kind of in that very apathetic, just thinking, that's what I get. There is some, maybe you're being patient to see if something's going to happen, but again, whether this is love or relationship, nothing's going to happen if you don't do anything. You need to make that choice consciously to either stay and work on things and get yourself to the better position, to the better place mentally where, you know, things can move forward again, or how, you know, how to, or speak up and say, you know, I want to feel more appreciated, whatever it is. Or you need to take the step and leave and, you know, take that that way and get on the way. So yeah, so that's what I'm getting for the general messages, and let's have a look at your career and finances. All right, so Geminis, what is your career and finance messages for the rest of the month of May, please? What is your career and finance messages for the rest of the month of May? What are your messages in career and finances? Right, so we've got poverty, bad health, we have sudden wealth, and expectation. So this kind of goes with what I was just saying. If this was to do with work, something's not going well, you're not getting what you're wanting, what you feel like you deserve, you're feeling the lack, and this is keeping you kind of stressed, you're just not feeling very good. Again, there could be depression. If it's not depression, it's just a lot of stress that comes with it, and you're waiting for something to change, you're waiting for some kind of major thing to come and just turn things around. It could be to do with increase in finances, maybe like a pay rise or a bonus that you were expecting, but it's just not really coming. Let's see. What is it with the expectation, Spirit? And what's the sudden wealth? Right, so you're waiting for something. If it is like a decision that someone else has to make about it, so if it is like a pay rise, then obviously you would be asking for it. So this might come. So what I get is you will receive a message with some good news. There will be some kind of offer, and it might not be straight away, but there will be like a promise of something increasing or something improving. Another thing I'm getting is that if you were waiting for something to come and change for you, it might not be like a finance thing. It could be a new position or a promotion. There will be some kind of message that you will receive. So that could come either as a physical letter, an email, a call, or, although I'm not getting it, you could get it face to face, but it will start with a message. So what I'm seeing is there could be maybe an offer for a new job. So you might see a message of someone else hiring, or some kind of an opportunity, and you'll see that as, that's the gift. So whatever you were waiting for, it wasn't coming where you are. So you'll see it. There will be some kind of opportunity opening up to you somewhere else, and that will give you that new positivity. It will give you a new hope. So that's what I get is either you're getting something in the place that you already are at. You could be winning a lot of money. Potentially you get a message that you won some kind of big amount, something life-changing in a way. Now, if it's not like a life-changing amount of money, like, winning the lottery, then it could be a message that ultimately will be an offer that will improve your life, which ultimately changes your life for the better. That's what I mean. Okay, but let's have a look at the tarot card messages. So let me just move these. All right, Spirit, give me the messages for career and finances for my Geminis for the rest of the month of May, please. What are the messages in terms of career and finances for my Geminis for the rest of the month of May? So let's see what's happening in your career and finances. So we've got 3 of Swords, and then we've got 2 of Swords reversed. And then we have the Tower. Okay, that's a lot of cards, but let's see. We have the Hierophant, Two of Wands, and then we've got the Hermit reversed and the King of Swords. Okay, let's see. So with the Three of Swords, what I'm getting is that whatever you were waiting for, there was that expectation of something that wasn't really coming, and that's what was causing you the stress. It could be, you know, the sadness, even pain potentially. Maybe you got hurt because, you know, maybe you applied for a position that you didn't get. But again, there was something else coming, right? So this is basically what it's showing me here. There was some kind of disappointment about a decision that was being made with the Tower, which is like a sudden, you know, something that just makes your world kind of crumbles down when you find out. You know, maybe you were building up your hope so much, and then suddenly it's just all came crashing down. So what I get here is there is some kind of guide. Maybe someone is so if it is about a position or a promotion, even though you are not the one who was chosen for this position, what I get is, so if this is already in the workplace that you are at, right? If you were just looking to you know, get a different type of position but in the same workplace, what I'm getting is that because now they know that you have interest in that field, there will be some kind of guide, someone helping you, someone that you can learn from, so that you are ready for that position. Because with the Two of Wands, this is planning ahead, you know, making choices to see what the steps are. What steps do you need to take to get to where you want to be? So this is what I'm getting. Now, if this is not in the same place or just in general, there is some guidance maybe that you're going to be seeking. You could be learning from either a person or maybe taking courses. Anything that it is, anything that you can do to learn. So you're going to take it as a learning experience, so that next time you're ready and you're the right person for that position. So you have everything that you need when it comes to all this, you know, the skill set, the knowledge, and everything. With the Hermit reversed, what I get is that you might be isolating yourself, even kind of withdrawing from people and getting really focused, head down, as to what you need to learn to get to that. So with the King of Swords, because this is very much structured, I'm getting the same message that, was it Libra that got that? No, sorry, I think that was Aquarius. So if you have that in your chart, you might want to watch that message, because they got very similar message. That something that they were waiting for didn't pan out. But instead of wallowing in the sadness and being, you know, hurt, or poor me, why did I not get it? Looking at it from, right, now I know how this goes. Now I know what I need to learn. Now I've, you know, I've recognized the knowledge gaps that I have. So what can I do to fill these? What can I do to learn these things that I was missing, so that next time I'm prepared? And with the Hermit reversed and the King of Swords, because this is very much kind of getting your structure, making a plan and sticking to it. It's about discipline. So what this is telling me is that you're going to take this experience and whatever this situation that didn't work out, that's, you know, caused some kind of a disappointment. You're going to take this as an opportunity to learn to do better. So you're going to buckle down, start learning. You're going to be very focused. So what I'm getting is you're going to be avoiding people, because Hermit in reverse is very much isolated. It could be a bit lonely, but it's a bit of a sacrificing the time now, because you know, if you really want this, then you don't want any distractions. So this is what this could be, that you're focused on getting things to where you need it to be, so that you can get to that leadership position, even if it takes a little bit of alone time and, you know, avoiding parties, saying no to going out drinking on a Friday night, because instead you will be deep in the books or doing your courses, whatever it is, it will pay off in the long term. So this is you kind of looking at what are you willing to sacrifice. And what I'm seeing is you are going to sacrifice these, social kind of situations for the sake of getting yourself where you need to be, because the more time you spend on it, the better you'll learn. And the next time when this opportunity comes up, you will be prepared. So that's what I'm getting for your career and finances. And before we end this reading, I'm going to give you a spirit advice message. Okay. So just get these cards away. So, Spirit, what is the last message you want to give to my Gemini for the rest of the month of May, please? What is the last message you want to give to my Gemini for the rest of the month of May? So let's see, what is your Spirit advice message? Okay, so we have practice forgiveness. And then we have trust in the universe. So practice forgiveness, release, healing, peace, compassion. So if this is something that is about someone either hurting you in the past, or you feel like you've been done wrong, or things have not really gone in your favor, then, rather than holding grudges, let it go, release it, heal it. What you need to heal is within yourself. Look at things as, instead of looking at the bad and how how unfair things are to you, always look at what you can take away from it and what you can use going forward. Okay, some compassion is needed sometimes. I mean, if it's like a love situation where someone might have hurt us, I mean, it's a very hard when it comes to narcissists, I know, but in general, if someone has hurt you, more often than not, people hurt other people because they've gone through something else in the past. Now, I'm not saying that to make excuses for these people. That's not at all what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, if you don't want to speak to this person, you don't, whatever happened, let them be. But have that forgiveness for yourself. Look at things from the compassionate point of view as to, understand that this person was acting out of hurt and they still have a lot of healing to do, a lot of learning to do. Because, it's not okay to hurt other people just because someone else has hurt you. But ultimately, you can see that they came from a place of hurt, So this is that kind of thing where you need forgiveness. But more often than not, you need to forgive yourself for any choices that you made, any past mistakes, anything like that. Forgive yourself and move forward. Take the lessons from it. Integrate them. Because ultimately, this is how you become wiser. This is how you learn from your experiences, from your mistakes. Sometimes people can tell you what you should do and what you shouldn't do and how you can avoid things. And it's great to learn from other people's mistakes, but ultimately, we do need to make them ourselves, because that's the best way to learn. If somebody else tells me what to do and I just do it because they told me, I might never fully understand. But making the mistakes myself, now I know, I've tried it, and next time I will know better. So that's another way that you can look at this. And then trust in the universe, faith, surrender, divine timing. So this is saying that whatever it is that you're waiting for, anything that you're working towards, just trust that if something isn't working out, then it wasn't meant to be. If you were rejected by a person, or you didn't get the job that you wanted, or whatever it is that, doesn't seem to have worked out for you, always look at it as that maybe you just don't see it now, but you might see it in time, that it just wasn't really the right thing for you. Sometimes things come when you least expect it. Sometimes they just take time. Sometimes it could be the fact that in order to get to where you want to be, you need to go through lessons, you need to learn things along the way. And this is where the trust in the universe, having faith, is needed, that all the steps that you're taking are ultimately leading you where you need to be. Okay, trust in divine timing. Sometimes things don't come when you want them to, but they will come at the right time when you're ready for it. So that's everything I have for you today. I hope that this reading has helped. I would really appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe to this video so you don't miss my future videos. And if there's any way that this has resonated, I would love to read about it in the comments. I'll see you soon.